Several people have sent me questions about how to organize their files, how to create new folders in brackets, and basically the general workflow. So I have two screens up. I've got FireFTP and I have brackets. What you'll end up with at the end of the class is you should have a Web 105 folder. Mine has a -2016 because I have one for each year that I teach it, with a bunch of additional folders inside. And you'll notice that in the folders, they will have, each one will have an index.html page. In some of these, that's all you'll have is index.html. Some you'll end up with index and styles and possibly some other folders. Some will end up with a bunch of different folders and a bunch of different files, CSS, images. You can even see your images in here. This is from my event site. So folders are sometimes absolutely necessary just for organizing your material, and in some of them, like our formatting page, will only have HTML. Since you don't know ahead of time necessarily everything that we're going to create, the easiest thing to do when creating a new one is make sure that you're in your Web 105 folder, create a file, new, and do file save as, and call your file index.html. That should all be lowercase, and index is the default file that opens whenever you navigate to a folder on a website. So you always want to name it index.html. To create the folder, the easiest way to do it is right here, create your new folder while you're working. So I'm going to call this one delete me, because I'm not going to put anything real in it, and I will, oops, it just alphabetized, and I will open it, and then I will make sure that I'm in the delete me folder in the Web 105 folder, and I will save. That will add it to my file structure. When we're working on the web server, you will want to have the left hand side, and I'm going to just flip out of this for a second and come back in it. That's just making it refresh. So in here, in my Web 105 folder, I should now see, I'm not seeing the delete me folder. I might have to hit refresh, then expand it. And let's just get out of it and back into it. If you add a new folder, you've got to refresh. Okay, so now I've got the delete me folder. The delete me folder does not exist on this side. So I want to make sure I'm in the top level. I want to be in public.html. So I'm going to click on that here, and then I can take the whole folder over and upload it. If it's an existing folder, then I open the delete me folder on each side, and let's say I have a styles.css folder or file. If the folder already exists, I want to make sure that I'm in the delete me folder in my Web 105 folder on the left hand side, the delete me folder on the public_HTML on the right hand side. I just select the new file and I move it over. So again, at the end, your public_HTML is the top level folder on the web server. Some people are having trouble finding their files. So when I'm working, Web 105.mccdgm.net, in week 4, you'll create this index page. You won't create one that's exactly styled like mine, but you'll create an index page that links to all of your projects. Until then, you're going to get into basically a directory that has nothing in it except for the folder names. So when you go to your folder, and I don't know if I've got one created for me, this should be roughly what you see, and you'll actually see a file folder for the different folders that you've created. You would click on that folder. I don't actually have a web page in here, and your index page would open up. Then you could select that, copy and paste it to take it in to the assignment and hand it in. But if you just go to your first initial, your last name.mccdgm.net, every folder you've created and uploaded will be a link here. You click on your link, index will open by default, and then you copy and paste that link into Canvas to hand it in.